Okay, Sega, we need to have a little discussion here. Come here, Sega. Come here. We need to have a talk, Sega. Sega. Stop messing with Gigantix. Anyway, with that out of the way, we're gonna be talking about the Gigantic update that just it got rolled out or will be rolling out here on maintenance day. And yeah, a doozy. So make sure to do like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bell, do membership, do all that jazz. Because let's just jump into this. Okay, we just got this update over on NG at PSO2.com, and it is actually discussing the Gigantic and some of the changes that come into this. Let's go ahead and just get the bad one out of the way right here, right now, and then we can actually get into some good things. And there is a handful of good things here. But the main thing here is, of course, Gigantics are going to be random now. See, this is the problem. By the report, Gigantics are supposed to be a random by default, but are not right now, and you can honestly tell they are not, of course, by looking at the little calendar that some Japanese players have put into place here, where we can actually see what time these are spawning. And of course, these are updated a few days in advance as well. So this is a fantastic way to plan around your gigantic fights. But the issue here is with Sega is supposedly not supposed to be the case, and are not supposed to be 100% easily updated in the case of the calendar concern. And if the calendar is technically a third-party type of thing. But nonetheless, the fights itself is supposed to be extremely random. And let's just say, I'm not the biggest fan of that, especially if it's going to impact how easily it's going to be to actually tell when gigantic fights are going to be happening. Because as of now, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys are the same here, that gigantic fights is like that in-between content you do, or like the public content to just kind of be looking in and waiting for it to pop up while completing other activities or something in between. And with it going completely random, and especially if it's random and the timeline gets shortened, as far as being able to get reports on this stuff, Gigantic Fight gonna come a lot more of a headache just because of this fix, supposedly. But nonetheless, though, no matter how frustrating that is, we do have a couple of good things here, but, you know, kind of overshadowed by the whole randomness. Especially since the content does kind of involve having a full party of 32 players. But anyway, let's move on to the good stuff here, and everything will be okay. So we are getting a handful of other updates as well. With the main one, I get two main ones. The fourth one we're going to go ahead and couple here. Of course, once again, I will have a link to this in the description if you want to go read over it yourself. But the fourth update is going to be actually allowing you to continue fighting the boss when the storm ends. So the catch here, because it's always a catch, is, as of now, some of you might know, pretty much whenever the thunderstorm or the rainstorm stops, the gigantic just despawn, which is whatever, the timer, fine dandy, whatever. But the change is actually going to be if there is combat still happening, and there is still many players attacking it, the fight will continue carrying it out to, you know, a break in combat, or, you know, not any damage really being took, and then the gigantic will win. That's fine and dandy that way, because then Elite guaranteed to get a victory, especially since I'm pretty sure we all been there, where we literally have it down to like 5%, and, you know, just 1 hour time. So that is fine and dandy. Once again, taking the challenge out of the in-game part here. It seems like all the challenges very much being put on the RNG stuff, which is probably another reason why it's frustrating. But nonetheless, we are getting that update, which is fine, I guess. But there is another one that is way more important here, and one that's been a problem with Gigantic Fight pretty much from day one, and that is, of course, got to do with lower level characters. Since that content is pretty much in-game content, at least for the time being. Yeah, yes, I know. Fashion is a thing. It's fine. You can keep your fashion, but let's be honest, it's not really in-game in New Genesis. Not yet, anyway. Anyway, speaking of the in-game content with the Gigantic, is the biggest issue with low-level popping in and trying to pretty much either fight it when they obviously not ready, or popping in to pretty much just take up a spot and getting our hands on a whole bunch of items and Meseta, and especially like right now, the seasonal event. But that is officially a changing now, since as of now, if you are a player who ends up hitting the Gigantic and only doing 1 damage, because PSO New Genesis does have a level range of 5 levels up and down, depending on if you're actually doing damage or you are not, and of course what kind of feelings is given to you for fighting these things. So now, when you have a low level in the party and they are fighting it, the damage will be counted, and if it will be like 1 hit or 1 damage point, it will be counted. But them characters no longer will get any rewards at all. So no affiliate, no Meseta, no seasonal points, nothing. And on the second part of this little update will also help out, hopefully, from the people that would just enter an area and then just go AFK around the gathering area, since every bot pretty much have an area that everybody just gather in while we wait. And if you just sit there and let your teammate kill the Gigantic, you would still get the dub. So now, if you are fighting, or if you're just looking there for a free currency all day long, you will no longer be able to get your hands on any of that. So in return, hopefully getting the point across that, hey, if you're not level 20, you should not be doing that content, and hopefully will get people to stop doing it, or stop trying to take part in the event. And I still say we still need a way to actually have level able to do that content, but a decent way. I did a video about how I would deal with this, so you want to check this out. I did a whole video about that when it comes to Gigantic and how to pretty much make it better for everybody. That obviously Sega not listening, but then again, what are you going to do on this? Other than complain, which I'm good at. But nonetheless, that is what's going on here. Like I said, it's a good change for the enemy to stay around after the rainstorm, especially if you were close to killing it, but missed out by a few seconds. It's good not having to deal with low level, just being in the area milking items and affiliates off of the fights. And do I think it actually going to help? Probably not, because there will probably be a lot of people who don't even realize they're not getting anything, but especially in the lurking field. But nonetheless, that is great. But like I said, the whole random part of this is just kind of frustrating, especially if it does ends up not lining up. Because from my understanding right now, how this actually works and the reason why the calendar actually works so well is JP players are a little bit ahead of us. So they are pretty much just documenting the storms as they come. And then, using the Google Doc to, translate into whatever time zone you are playing in. And if it becomes random on all fronts, then we might have a problem. Because if it's Japan random, global random, and nothing lines up, you can say goodbye to that wonderful tracking system. So hopefully that will get fixed, especially with Sega being like, we appreciate your feedback type of stuff. We will see what actually going to come of that. But nonetheless, all the changes will be coming into play in mid-July, so that probably maybe in the next update on Tuesday, but more likely will probably be the week after, since we do have maintenance every Tuesday inside of a New Genesis. And yeah, that's pretty much what is going on right now inside of PSO2 NGS. If you found that video, I get helpful, frustrating, whatever it might be, let me know in the comment how you're feeling about this. I'm kind of very much in the middle other than that randomness. And while you're down there, make sure you do like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bells, do what you do, check out membership below, get you some emotes, get you some ports, and if you want to support everything I am doing, PSO, gaming related, podcast related, make sure you check out patreon.com/Macon. And with that, that would do it for me, and I will go ahead and see you all in the comments.
Luna here. Thanks go out to everyone that feed me. Kyle Blower, Matador 428, Sepian Underground, Zathara Hyperion Tao. Join membership at VIP Arcs level or Patreon at VIP Arcs level for the shouted out by me the best cat. Luna.